Today, I'm going to show you how to use your home equity to buy a newer home or an income property or to pay off those high debts that you may own. If you have owned your home for the last 2, 3, 5, or even 10 years or longer, you are probably sitting on a lot of equity which you may not even know that you have or how to take advantage of it. As you can see in this chart, America is sitting on tremendous equity. Over 2/3 have paid off their mortgages or have at least 50% equity in their homes. 39% of homeowners own their home clear out. 29% have mortgages that have greater than 50% equity, and 30% have mortgages with less than 50% equity. At the end of the day, that is a lot of equity we are all sitting on. The good thing is you do not have to refinance your property or your loan in order to get your equity. So if you have a low mortgage interest rates right now, 3%, 4%, 5%, and if you refinance at 6 or 7%, you don't have to do that. I will show you how to use your equity as we go along. Many of the homeowners that I talk to want to buy a bigger home or a nicer home in a better area or want to buy income property but struggle with coming up with the down payment. Well, using your equity is the answer to this, and that's how a lot of investors buy properties, 1 property, 2 properties, 3 properties, and so on, using their line of equity. One thing is for sure, Americans are cash poor, but they are house rich. So you may be wondering what is equity and how to access your equity. Well, let me explain to you. Equity is basically the property value as of today. So let's say you bought your home 3 years ago for $300,000, and let's assume that now it's worth $500,000, and you have a loan of $300,000. So basically, if you take your home value as of today, let's say it's $500,000, and you own a mortgage payment of first loan in the amount of $300,000, then you are sitting on a $200,000 worth of equity in your home. Now, that does not mean that you have access to all the $200,000. I'll explain to you how that works shortly. First, I want to explain to you how to use your equity, or how most investors or homeowners like yourself use equity. The first thing they use for is to buy a new primary residence. Let's say in my case, I bought a house. My first house was a condo. It was a 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. And then after 7 years, I had to sell it and use the equity of the money or equity in the house to buy my second home, which I am in this house for the last 25 years. The second thing they use the equity for is to buy an investment property. I may want to buy an investment property or income property, but I may not have enough down payment saved up. So because I lived in this house, let's say for 10, 15 years, I have a lot of equity in the house. So I can borrow money against that equity and use that money as a down payment to buy my income property. So that's the second use of equity. And a lot of investors use equity to buy income properties. In case you're wondering how a lot of people buy these income properties, well, a lot of them use equity in their home or in the investment properties. And as they pay off the debt and as the home values increase, as they do on average 4% per year, on average, you are building equity every year, not only by appreciation of average of 3 to 5% per year, but every time you make a payment, a mortgage payment, some portion of your mortgage goes towards the interest. Most of it goes towards your interest in the first 5, 10, 15 years, but also a small portion goes on to pay off your principal. So every month, not only are you gaining equity by paying off your principal, but every month you're getting appreciation, which is the tendency of real estate historically. And the third way to use your home equity is to pay off your high debts. Let's say you have a credit card. You have a lot of credit cards. And credit cards these days charge 20, 25%, up to 30%. So instead of paying 25, 30% on credit cards, you could borrow line of equity, let's say at 6 or 7% and pay it off. So instead of paying 25, 30% interest rate, you're only paying 6%. So you use leverage to gain equity and to pay off debts. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind is that let's say you borrowed money. Let's say you have a current mortgage payment of $2,500 on your current home mortgage. And now you borrow, let's say $50,000. So that's going to increase your mortgage payment by, let's say, as an example, of $300 a month. So your total mortgage payment with the first and the second is now $2,800 because you borrowed money. So are you able to pay that mortgage payment? Make sure you can do that. The second thing you have to keep in mind is that if you buy a rental property using that $50,000 from your equity and you buy the second property, is that second property, after you pay the $50,000 down payment and if you rent it out, is your income or the rental income gonna pay off that mortgage payment of your second home? So not only do you have to break even on your first home because you have the first and the second, but when you buy your second property, you want to assure or you want to make sure that the numbers you work is that your rental mortgage payment is paid off by the rental income. So you want to break even not only on your rental income, but also on your primary, so you don't lose money. So keep that in mind if you do decide to borrow money from your current home to buy an investment property or a second home. I want to give you some pros and cons of using your equity in your home. The first thing is, if you use your equity in your home and if you have a savings account or a 401k or retirement account, you don't have to touch your savings account and leave it as it is for your retirement or for other purposes, and you use your home's equity. So that's the biggest advantage. The second advantage is that it is easier to get a line of credit or home equity line of credit on your existing home without refinancing, especially if you have 3%, 4%, 5%, all those who bought in the last 3 to 5 years, or in the last 2 or 3 years and refinance, you probably have a very low mortgage. And if you refinance your mortgage right now, the rates today is over 7%. So it may not be worth it. So by getting a line of equity, you're only paying 6 or 7 or 8% on the amount that you borrow, and you still keep your interest rate, current interest on your first mortgage. So that is a big advantage. And also when you use a line of equity, you only pay interest on the amount that you borrow. So even though you may have a line of equity that the banks or the lender gives you, let's say for $100,000, and if you only use $50,000 to buy another home and do some remodels, then you're only paying interest on the $50,000 that you borrowed, but you still have access to that $50,000 if you want to buy a second home or do some remodeling or use it in your current home to remodel or add a room or whatever. So that's the advantage of equity, is that you don't have to refinance if you have a low mortgage rate. Let's talk about the cons of getting a home equity line of credit. But the first thing is, once you borrow money and you get a loan on it, then you are decreasing your equity. So let's say you had a loan amount of $300,000 and your house value was $500,000. Now you borrow $50,000. So now your total loan mortgage payment is $350,000. The first and the HELOC, which is $350,000. So you dropped your equity by $50,000 because you borrowed $50,000. The second disadvantage is, once you borrow money from your line of equity, your mortgage payment increases because now you have your first mortgage payment. In the previous example, it was $2,500 a month. And now let's say your payment's another $300 a month. So now your mortgage payment increased on your primary residence from $2,500 to $2,800. So that is a disadvantage. And of course, anytime you borrow more money, that increases your loan to value. So when you borrow your second home, you may not be able to buy as much of a home that you would have because now you have a loan of the first and the second. And when you buy the second home, that will affect the property purchase of your second home. Next, I'm going to show you how to access your equity. And there's 4 ways to do it. The first way is to get a home equity loan. This is outright getting a loan. So if your house is worth $500,000, as I gave you an example, and your first loan is, let's say, $300,000, and you have a lot of equity of $200,000, and let's say you want $50,000. So you can get a home equity loan of $50,000 upfront, and you can use that to pay off debts or buy a second property. So that's the first way to do it. The second way to do it is to get a home equity line of credit. Now, the way this works is, let's say your house is worth $500,000 and your first mortgage is $300,000 and you want to borrow $100,000. So you go to the bank or the lender and they give you a line of credit of up to $100,000. This is like a credit card. Just because they gave you a $100,000 line of credit, you don't have to pull the money out and start paying interest on it. Maybe it's going to take you 3 to 4 to 5 months to find a rental property. So once you find the rental property, and let's say when you put a $50,000 down on the second property, you use that $50,000, write a check just like a credit card, and pay the down payment, and then you pay the loan amount on that $50,000 plus your first mortgage. So you only pay mortgage when you take out that $50,000. Now, let's say you bought the rental property and you put $50,000 down, but you need to do $15,000 worth of renovations or additions or updating. So now you borrow another $15,000 45 days later after you close escrow. then you start paying loan amounts on that $15,000 plus on the $50,000. So as you can see, you only pay interest after you borrow money. So that's the second way to access your line of equity or your equity in the house. The third way to do it is to do a cash out. So in this example, let's say you bought a house right now, and let's say you had a 6% interest rate, and you bought the house for $300,000, but the house is worth $500,000. So you refinance it totally, and assuming that you're going to get a better interest rate, let's say you have a 7% interest rate, but you're getting an interest rate at 5%, and you cash out $400,000. And remember, lenders will only give you up to 80 to 85% of the equity. So that means that even if you have a $200,000 worth of equity, they can only give you up to 85% of your total debt. So now when you do a cash out refinance for $400,000 and you owe only $300,000, you have $100,000 in your hand, and you can go buy a bigger home or a nicer home or two homes, one as a rental and one as a residential smaller home. So that's another way to do it, is what we call the cash out refinance, assuming you have a better mortgage rate than previously. And the fourth way to access your money is to sell your house, like I did when I bought my 2 bedrooms, 1 bath house way back. I sold it, got the equity out, and bought up my bigger house that I'm in Anaheim Hills right now. So the fourth way is to sell your house and use all the equity to do whatever you want to do, either move up or move down or pay off your debts and buy a smaller home. I'm going to give you a practical example on how to pull out equity and how equity works as far as the numbers goes. So let's assume you had bought a house 10 years ago for $300,000. And as of today, the house is worth $500,000. That means you have basically $200,000 in equity sitting in the house. But you have a loan on the house because when you bought the house 10 years ago, you had a loan. And let's assume that loan is $250,000 as an example, which means that the house is worth $500,000 in today's value. And of course, the value of your house is not a Zestimate. It's not just a comparison from Realtor.com or Redfin. It's an actual appraised value from a lender, or you can talk to a realtor who will give you a comparative market analysis and give you a value of your home. So let's say your value of your home is $500,000. You owe $250,000, which means that you have $250,000 worth of equity. But the banks will not loan you $250,000 worth of equity. Most lenders and banks will give you loans up to 80% or 85%, which is the LTV or loan to value. So in this example, let's say a bank is going to give you 80% of the equity. That means if your house is worth $500,000, if the banks are willing to give you a loan up to $400,000, which is the 80% of $500,000, and you owe $250,000 on the loan, that means the equity you have in the house that you can pull out or use is the $400,000 loan amount you can get from the bank minus the $250,000 loan you already have. So the available equity to you from your lender based on 80% equity, LTV, and a $500,000 house value is $150,000. So you can use that $150,000 either to buy an income property and pay off some other debt that you might have, high car balances, high medical bills, or high credit card balances, or whatever, any combination you want to use. But this gives you an idea of how your line of equity works. And just because you have $150,000 worth of equity, you don't have to use all of it. You could just use $20,000 or $50,000 or $100,000, whatever you wish to choose, but you have access to it in this example. As you can see, using equity to your advantage is a great way of building wealth. In fact, the richest people in the world own real estate. As you can see in this chart, most people that are millionaires or most millionaires and rich people own real estate. And a lot of these people use equity to buy more real estate year after year after year. So if you are thinking of pulling out or using equity from your house, or even if you have a rental house and you want to buy another rental house, direct message me. I have a network of expert realtors and lenders who knows how to use equity and buy other homes and income properties, and I'll be glad to help you and guide you through it. Please fill out the form below. The link is in the comments section. Leveraging equity is a strategic way to upgrade homes, invest, or manage finances. Real estate offers significant opportunities for financial growth through equity. I hope you use your equity to build your wealth and net worth. Good luck to you.